Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is December 19th, 2024, and a new report states that Barcelona are considering alternative stadiums in order to play the Champions League. Also, the academy is set to lose one of their most promising players. And finally, Ferran Torres will be Lamine Yamal's replacement. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Now, begin this video with the news about a concerning report stating that Barcelona are considering alternative stadiums in order to play the Champions League. Now, before we begin with the news, as you might notice, I just got a new mic. I've spent 2 hours trying to figure out the sound. I'm not sure if I got it right or not, so please bear with me as I continue to figure out this new mic. Anyways, let's get back with the news because it looks like there will be delays with the Spotify Camp Nou. Now, as you know, Barcelona were hoping to return to the Camp Nou by December, in fact, by this upcoming match against Atletico Madrid. But as you know, the Champions League forbids teams to change stadiums during the group stages, and since the group stages don't end until the end of January, Barcelona did not want to play La Liga at the Camp Nou and a Champions League at the Olympic Stadium. Having to run two stadiums, that would be too costly and inconvenient, and as such, Barcelona postponed the return to the Camp Nou to February in order to play both La Liga and a Champions League at the Camp Nou. But now it seems like they're gonna be more delays because it seems like some critical aspects of the stadium are not going to be ready on time. Things like emergency exits and other safety measures. And given that UEFA are very strict about these measures, looks like the Camp Nou might not be ready by the end of the group stages. So as such, a new report has emerged stating that Barcelona are considering different alternatives in order to figure out where they can play the Champions League, including Espanyol's Stadium, RCD Espanyol, located at Cornellà, which has a capacity of 40,000 people. It meets the UEFA standards. A second stadium that Barcelona are reportedly trying or contemplating is Valencia Stadium, Mestalla, with a capacity of 55,000. And finally, the report states that Barcelona are considering the Wanda Metropolitana, Atletico de Madrid Stadium, with a capacity of 70,000, of course, located in the city of Madrid. And all these are reportedly stadiums that Barcelona are considering because Montjuic, the Olympic Stadium where Barcelona are currently playing, will reportedly not be available during some of the dates for the Champions League for the further matches like the quarterfinals, semifinals, etc. The Olympic Stadium would not be available because, of course, the Olympic Stadium is owned by the city of Barcelona, and Barcelona, or the city of Barcelona, tends to rent out the stadium for events, for concerts and things like that. And supposedly the stadium is not going to be available for some of the Champions League later dates, which means that Barcelona would need an alternative stadium. And of course, since you cannot change stadiums during the knockout stages, you cannot, play some matches at Montjuic, some matches somewhere else. So this is why the report claims that Barcelona are considering alternative stadiums. However, this is very important because I've seen this report circulate the media. Barcelona have categorically denied this. They've said this is not happening. They're not considering Espanyol Stadium. They're not considering the Wanda Metropolitana. They're not considering Mestalla. Barcelona are either going to play all the matches at the Camp Nou or all the matches at the Olympic Stadium. Barcelona have stated that they are currently in negotiations with the city of Barcelona, and that the city of Barcelona have told them, hey, whatever dates you need, it's going to be available. If we have to move things around or change times, scheduling, whatever, it's going to be available. So no truth at all to these reports stating that Barcelona could play the Champions League at Espanyol Stadium. Can you imagine that? At the Wanda Metropolitana, even worse, or even at Mestalla. So don't believe those reports. Barcelona categorically denying this. And it's looking honestly that we're going to end up spending the rest of the season at the Olympic Stadium, which of course is a bummer, but much better than having to play at Espanyol Stadium. Can you imagine that? Anyways, on to more news. And this one is bad news because Barcelona are reportedly set to lose one of their most promising players, and it's Ferran Yakoboshvili. I hope I said that correctly, but if you haven't heard of him, he's an 18-year-old goalkeeper, a very promising goalkeeper currently in the academy. He's been a regular goalkeeper for the youth teams. He was in fact included in the first team against in the matches against Young Boys, Getafe, Osasuna, and Alaves. And he's even started in every match in the youth UEFA or the UEFA Youth League, which is the Youth Champions League, if you want to call it that. And he's actually made his debut with Barca Athletic in Barca Athletic's win 2-0 over Tarazona. So definitely a promising goalkeeper. However, his contract does expire at the end of the season, and he has decided that he's not going to renew, because even though Flick had included him in some of the matches for the first team, Flick eventually switched focus and started including other goalkeepers like Astralaga and Cochen. And there's even talks about Barcelona signing another goalkeeper. So of course Yakoboshvili looking that perhaps he might not have a future here, so he has decided to look for a new opportunity somewhere else, and he will not be renewing his contract. Definitely a loss, but of course I completely understand his position. So good luck to Yakoboshvili. I hope you find what you're looking for somewhere else. Now more news, ladies and gentlemen, because Joan Laporta will be, of course, holding the yearly Christmas dinner with all the players of the first team, all the coaches, the staff, etc. And during this dinner, it's reported that the Barcelona president will spread a message of unity amongst all the players and the staff and the coaches. And also his message will be full trust in the current project despite the dip in form in the recent matches. Joan Laporta continues to believe in Flick. Joan Laporta continues to believe in Flick's project, and again wanting to spread that unity message during the upcoming Christmas dinner, which is a yearly tradition at Barcelona. Now we will end today's video with the news that Ferran Torres will be replacing Lamine Yamal in the match against Atletico de Madrid. Now, by the way, speaking of Atletico de Madrid, Barcelona currently stand in the way of the Madrid-based club from achieving a record. Atletico Madrid have achieved 11 consecutive wins this season. The club record is 13. So if Barcelona defeat Atletico Madrid, then that means El Cholo Simeone will not be able to match their club's record of 13 consecutive matches. So far, he has 11. This, of course, reminds me when Real Madrid were on their way to match Barcelona's undefeated record of, I think it was 43 or 42 matches. They were one match away. Barcelona beat them this past El Clásico. So Real Madrid will not be able to match Barcelona's record, or at least for now. And hopefully Barcelona will prevent El Cholo Simeone from matching Atletico Madrid's historical record of 13 consecutive wins. Anyways, going back to Atletico Madrid, it's been revealed that Ferran Torres will be the player replacing Lamine Yamal. As you know, Lamine Yamal has suffered an injury to his ankle. He will miss this very, very important clash. And it's been revealed that Ferran Torres will take his place. And I have to say, this is a bit very, very disappointing. I don't think Ferran Torres has the level to be a Barcelona player, let alone to be Lamine Yamal's replacement. I think Ferran Torres coming off the bench, that's a good alternative. But to actually be a starter and in the place of Lamine Yamal, I don't really like it. Ferran Torres is not really that profile. He's not a winger that can dribble past players, that can stretch out the field. I think Flick would have been better off trying someone from the academy that does have that profile. But anyways, what do I know? Flick is the coach, and he, of course, knows a lot more than me. Now, Ferran Torres did have a very important message for his teammates ahead of this very, very important clash. And this is what the Shark had to say. We are ready to step on the gas. We are people used to the fact that when a result comes, there is tension around us. But we feel completely calm and very confident, and we train as best we can. The season is like a marathon. And during this race, there may be moments when you are not at your best. But the important thing is to stay calm, because we are as good as when we were in a very good dynamic. From there, little by little, we return to our level. And when we reach that level, we become invincible. Now, of course, I absolutely agree with Ferran Torres that when this team is focused, when this team is motivated, they have shown that they are absolutely a steamroller, demolishing any kind of opposition. So no, teams have not figured out Flick. No, the offside trap does not work. It works. And this team has shown it, that when they're focused, when they're motivated, they can defeat any club without a problem. The problem, of course, is that the team has not been motivated, has not been focused. But hopefully that will change in the match against Atletico Madrid. And honestly, I have no doubt that it will, because of one thing we've seen is that this team gets pretty motivated against the bigger opponents. Of course, the problem is that they have a problem getting motivated against the smaller opponents. And that's where you lose leagues, is not getting motivated against smaller opponents, because you face a lot more smaller opponents than you do the bigger ones. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I will be uploading another video in a few moments, so stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, peace, Barca.